Welcome to a week in my life. Kind of a week, more like just some random days. I was trying to do a nice montage with ice water and lemon because I love to fill up, I think this is like 2 quarts of water. And when I opened the freezer door, I realized that Nolan had used all the ice. There's hardly any ice, just like a skim film. So kind of took away the dramatic effect. And I'm sad because my water's not icy cold, but oh well. I have various different things going this week that I thought would be actually noteworthy to film, like canning tomatoes. A lot of you have been wondering how I can my frozen tomatoes. We're doing that tomorrow. But for today, I have like 3 things on my list, and I still feel kind of like overwhelmed and completely unmotivated. Do you ever have one of those days where you're just so unmotivated? You get up and you just do not want to do anything. Of course you do, we all have them. But I feel like I'm getting them a lot more lately. If you're new here, my name is Janine. This is our channel, The Mennonite Mom. I am a stay-at-home mom and just sharing kind of a glimpse into our lifestyle as Mennonites. And I'm currently almost 36 weeks pregnant, 37 probably when you see this video. So we are on the countdown till baby number 2 arrives, Lord willing. I have 3 simple tasks to get done today. Number 1 is clean up the house. Number 2 is finish my laundry, which was supposed to be done on Monday, and today is Wednesday. And number 3 is finish editing a video. That's it. Just those 3 things, and I'm just trying to figure out if there's something I can take to get motivated. Anyway, so the biggest thing on my list to do is obviously editing. It's gonna take the most time. However, I need to have a cleaned up house so that I can just get into the creative headspace, and the house is pretty much of a wreck right now. So that's what we're gonna start with this morning. Over the last few weeks, few months, I've been trying to be more scheduled and more detail oriented around just the little things and keeping up after housework. And I've been pretty pleased, and I'm keep experimenting with different things that work for me. And once I kind of figure it out more, I'll probably share with you some of the things I'm trying to learn. But it does seem as I'm getting closer to the end of this pregnancy, it's much harder. I'm so tired a lot of the time, and I'm trying to take care of my health because I have some health issues, as many of you know. Stress, low sleep, bad food tend to flare up my health issues, which is ulcerative colitis. So I'm trying really hard to stay healthy. One of those things is getting sleep. So sometimes I just feel like I sleep all the time. Especially if I don't have a good night, I take a nap during the afternoon. It just kind of helps keep me going. But then I don't have a whole lot of other time for the rest of the things that need to get done. Another thing I've been really struggling with here at the end of pregnancy is labor anxiety. And I did not have this with Xander that I can remember, and I think one of the reasons is when you're a first-time mom, you're a little bit naive as to what you're headed into. At least for me, I know some people are different. Maybe it's worse for the first time. But for me, my first labor did not go very well. And so the second time, I'm just finding myself getting really uptight and anxious about it. Try to pray a lot about it. Try to keep myself busy with little tasks and just focus on what I'm doing currently and not let my mind run away with me. So today, Nolan actually has off of work because it's raining, and he took Xander to town. And so this morning, I think I'm just gonna be listening to some encouraging Bible verses while I work. Things down the line about God being with us and encouragement, inspirational verses about not fearing. So, and then once I have the house cleaned up and feel more relaxed and then ready to work on my video, I think I'll be much more in the creative space and hopefully a little bit more motivated for the day.
Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. And like a flight upon an eagle's wings, He will give the weary strength.
Nolan and Xander are back. This is what they came home with.
I got a crane, but Dad got like a racing set.
Okay, let me see the crane. You have so many Legos. You're doing a good job. This says for 7+, and you're getting it pretty much all by yourself. That's good, bud. Shall we see what the big kid got over here?
One is a 1970 Dodge Challenger that for a Lego car actually looks somewhat legit. And then the dragster.
But to flip the page now.
Right here.
You are the star in the sky. You are the apple of my
I need one of these.
Salad and Lego. I'm a millennial.
Clouds there's little spacers and it goes up and up and up.
That is really neat. Did Dad have to help some?
Yep.
Yeah.
You did pretty good. That
Yeah.
crane float.
Well, look, guess what? This trunk moved a little bit.
That. What's under there?
It's the engine, the little yellow engine.
Let's see.
It's a boy.
Oh, he needs hair.
He doesn't have hair.
Honestly, the Chevy.
What's that?
Chevy. It's a Dodge
sorry.
Challenger 346 pack TA.
I want to make it go the fastest possible to smooth it right back.
Well, look at that. Is that how it makes it go fast?
Whoa! Whoa! I'm sorry.
Okay. So I'm prepping tonight for canning tomorrow. I need to get all my jars washed. Nolan and Xander are so kindly helping me bring them all up from the basement. Then I need to go and get all my tomatoes out of the freezer and start thawing them. I'm just going to put them into my large stock pot. It's actually my mom's, using hers, and then let them thaw overnight.
Dad, more loads coming up. 8 more 5. Come on.
Not more? Just be careful, bud. Wow. All right, thanks, guys. That's a good. Wow. Thought I had that. This is my mom's big princess house. She just got it, big stock pot. I thought I had another one down in the basement. I was thinking I only would have one batch in here, but there's a lot of tomatoes. I didn't realize I had this big of a harvest from last year. And why am I canning in April of last year's harvest? The winter just got by on me, and I should not be canning in April, like 4 weeks before the baby's due, but I have 2 canners full because I didn't have any other place to thaw them out, and a big stock pot. My mom's coming tomorrow with another big pot. I'm sure as they thaw, they'll kind of go a lot smaller. I have a feeling they're still gonna be somewhat frozen tomorrow, but we'll just get them thawing and cooking tomorrow morning. My husband is so amazing. He is just the biggest help, especially during this pregnancy, but all the time. Like, he's always helping me out. And today I'm just getting pretty exhausted. Got a lot of cramping and not feeling so well. It's 8:30 and he was helping me fold and put the laundry away. I am rounding the corner with my video. I still didn't get it done, but I think I'm gonna go up and take a hot soak. Maybe it'll help relieve my ligaments. Try not to get it too hot because you're not supposed to when you're pregnant, but always helps kind of with the inflammation, my puffy feet, and all the soreness. And then maybe I'll come down and try to finish the video because tomorrow is gonna be full of canning. And then the video needs to go up on Friday. So it's kind of the dilemma sometimes when you run a YouTube channel. The editing can take quite a while, and I need to get it up on Friday because I am working with some brands. So I'm ready for bed, but yet kind of not. I'm at that stage where sleeping comes and goes. So pretty much the end of day 1. Just a quick minute to thank our sponsor Green Chef, because you know I love working with this company. So Green Chef is a meal service delivery kit that is CCOF, which is Certified Organic Company. And they have options for every lifestyle: keto plus paleo, vegan, gluten-free, vegetarian, fast and fit, and Mediterranean. If you're anything like me, so often when we get really busy, the first tendency is to just gravitate towards convenience and grabbing like junk food on the go. And our diet tends to suffer when we get so busy. At least that's how it is for my life. But what's awesome with Green Chef is that you can have both convenience and wholesome eating. And I love that they do the majority of the prep work for you. There's no need to go out and get groceries, and it's all delivered to your doorstep ready to cook up into a tasty meal. Green Chef is always changing up the recipes, which gives you a wide variety of options to choose from every week. And I personally love that they offer keto because my lifestyle tends to be more of a low-carb lifestyle, and very few companies actually offer keto. So as a family, we try to sit down every evening when possible and eat dinner together around the family table. I think it's just an amazing thing to do. Strengthens family ties. So Green Chef is a special treat for me to not have to plan ahead, and I can still whip up some tasty food with minimal prep. They offer 24 weekly meal choices per week, so you can find new favorites while still sticking to your preferred plan. So if you want to try out Green Chef, you can use the code MennoniteMom130 to get $130 off, plus free shipping off your first box. Go to greenchef.com for more details, and all the information will be down in the description. So thanks again to Green Chef for helping us pay some of the bills and giving us such amazing food. So when I came down this morning, the tomatoes had definitely shrunk, and it wasn't quite as much as I was thinking is what it would give. So it shrunk down enough that it filled up about 2 stock pots full. The really handy thing about tomatoes is that you can freeze them throughout the year, because as your plants are giving, they just give a few at a time or whatever. You can freeze them, and then once the busy season of harvest and all that is done, you can get them out of the freezer and can them. That's what I enjoy doing. But one tip I would have is if you're getting it out of your garden, make sure to wash them, which I had done, and cut out the bad spots, which I had done as well. But then maybe core the top off and dice them, like either in half or in quarters, probably just half, and freeze them that way. That way when you go to thaw, they're all ready to just throw in the stock pot and immediately start cooking. It's as easy as thawing it for maybe a night or a day and a night. I drained some of the water off from freezing, not all of it, because you want it juicy. So kind of at your own discretion, I guess. But then we just cooked it down until the tomatoes were all soft and mushy, and you run them through a strainer. Now some people will run it through like a Vitamix blender, seeds and everything, and it makes it thicker, but it even will like mash up the seeds. I don't usually do it this way because with my health issues, my stomach doesn't really appreciate seeds, so I like to get them out. So we run them through a strainer, and from there you can just start putting the juice in the jars. I was only canning tomato juice. It's very fast and simple. Pizza sauce definitely takes a little bit longer. So for quart jars, which I was doing, it's good to add lemon juice to it for the citric acid. So if you're doing quarts, you do 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. If you're doing pints, you just do 1 tablespoon. And also salt is optional, but you can add salt like half a teaspoon per quart jar or 1/4 teaspoon for a pint. When you fill up the tomato juice, make sure to leave some headspace on the top. I usually like to fill it up to about the neck. And then you want to make sure that you wash the jar off so there's no sauce on the top of the rim. That way it can get a good tight seal. I like to heat up my lids as well to get them kind of warm and the rubber soft before I put them on the jar, and then just tighten the rings on top. One of my other videos I had showed us doing oven canning, which is fast and easy, but it has a little bit more risks involved, just with different types of food poisoning you can get if something goes wrong. So I don't really recommend that anymore. And I am doing the water bath canning, and then you let it boil, kind of simmer, boil for 40 minutes for quarts, and I think it was 35 minutes for pints. You have to step back.
I think that's under awesome.
Oh yeah. No, it's real slow. Oh, it's not real slow. Is that fun?
Yeah. Let's see it. Around. Here, puppies, let's run. Oh, this one was you.
We are on the homeward stretch. We got 25 quarts today, which was really nice. I was thinking I might get a little bit more, but it wasn't quite as much as I thought, but I'm really happy with 25 quarts. That's a good bet. And I'm currently canning. The one I think is finished and needs out. I have about 4 batches to do, so I have 2 canners, so that makes it nice. I can keep them going. So yeah, then you just let them out, let them cool. You'll hear them starting to seal. And once they're all cool, you can store them away in your basement. It's a good idea to mark on the lid as well what year you processed them in. What are we having for supper?
Cheese sandwiches and tomato soup.
Okay.
Cheese soup and tomato sandwiches, huh?
Smells good.
Does it?
That's something I
It is an absolutely beautiful day after like how many rain days. Right now I do want to head up to the greenhouse to get like a few more things I need for the garden. Maybe I can get into the garden here soon, at least plant some lettuce and onions. I should have been in it earlier, but I just didn't get around to it. It was so wet and rainy for how long. So I want to head up there, get a few things. My old car, my faithful car from when I was like 18, is the only thing we have available because our Jeep and Nolan's truck are in the garage. And this thing sounds like it's falling apart. It's now Nolan's work ride. It needs to go to the shop next. So hopefully it'll get me around on my errands. And I'm so winded. Yeah, woo. I will. All right, just need to go get groceries. That's going to take quite a while, but we'll see how I feel till I'm done. If I can get the stuff planted, I really should get it out today because tomorrow is my birthday and Nolan is planning a full day for me. Xander's going to be babysat and we're going to have a date. We haven't had one for a while. I'm sitting in the car trying to get up the umption to get into the library. I had promised Xander some books from the library. I've actually never come since he is, I just hardly go to the library anymore and it's terrible. And he's so into books right now. Anyway, I'm telling you, pregnancy hormones are real. The last bit, I have just been so emotional. I'm telling you, a bird could literally fly in front of this windshield and I would burst into tears. I don't know what it is. I have like 4 weeks to go. And it just, my emotions are just raw. And I just feel like my nerves are on edge. So, not complaining, just saying if you all face the same things, I'm telling you, it's legit. Because I'm not really an emotional person. Like, I mean, I am, but I don't just cry over anything. It takes me a while to get me to cry. But, man, I probably have cried enough tears to last for a whole year in just the last 2 days. And my poor husband has to put up with all the ups and downs. So, that being said, I'm trying to get my blotchy face somewhat less blotchy so I can go into the library because I have so much stuff yet to do. And I wish I wasn't so busy, but various things just keep coming up, which is probably why I'm half, emotional as well. But yeah, to all the pregnant women out there, let me know if the last month of your pregnancy has been an emotional roller coaster, or if it does tend to be that way. I don't remember it being that way with Xander so much. I do remember my hormones were all over the place, but I don't quite remember this circus. But you do forget things. Anyway, it doesn't help that sleep is getting more difficult. And just all the pain. Like, I did not have pain like this in my joints and hips and back and everything. I can't remember having this with my first pregnancy. It's probably because it's been 5 years. I'm 5 years older now too. And various other things. But yeah. So any small task just looks like a mountain. I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to keep it real so things don't always just look like sunshine and roses, because this week has definitely not been sunshine and roses. Although it may appear so in the video, it's it's not. Anyway, let's go to the library. If you ever get a chance to come into the Shippensburg Library, it's a beautiful old library. Shippensburg is such a beautiful town. I haven't been here in ages. They redid a whole bunch of things.
Some days you're tired of trying to measure up. You see a girl who's not enough. When you look in the mirror,
back from town. I'm feeling better. It was a beautiful day. Now it looks like there's some rain rolling in. I would really like to get this lettuce planted, maybe some onions. I'd love to get my strawberries fertilized. We'll see how much we can get done before the rain comes. Right now the garden, Nolan just went through with big skid loader prongs and dug it out to kind of help dry it out. So it looks a big mess, but it's really wet. But I do want to get into these boxes with my lettuce. And Xander has some carrot seeds he wants to plant too.
Look,
right, bud?
and these are all the kinds of plants.
All kinds of different colors.
Yep.
Okay, first off we need to get all these weeds out.
Yes. First thing, weeds.
What?
I got some weeds. It'll be perfect for gardening.
Okay. I don't know if you all remember, but there's like this big tree right here, and it was like a stress on this mom. It looked kind of old, like it could fall over, and we get some really strong winds. So actually earlier this spring, like a month ago, they came and took it down, which was a lot of fun to watch.
Boy, he's good at climbing.
He is.
I wish I like tied clothes on my feet and climb up. Wow.
There it goes, buddy. That was a loud bang. I thought I'd miss it, but I actually really like it gone. Kind of away from the house, first off for stress, and even I actually like the looks better. It was getting to be a pretty ugly tree. There was also one back here that we had taken down earlier, but I kind of think I had shown that to y'all, but maybe not.
We like ground right in here, Mom, and then put flour in here and grow it.
Oh, that's a good idea. Also, this is the arbor that goes into the garden. Back when we were first married, which is almost 10 years ago now, I built this out of like trees from my dad's field. I just went out and cut them down like little, I think it's locusts maybe, little small straight trees. Anyway, now it's so rotted, everything's falling over, so we're gonna have to take this fence down and that, sadly. But I think I want to replace it with another arbor because I kind of like the character of the garden with the shed in the corner, the little pathway going through. It needs a lot of work. The garden's going to be Nolan's responsibility this spring mostly because of the little baby coming. But we need to get busy before this rainstorm hits.
Yeah, we have character seed.
Okay, help me get all these
Weeds.
Yep, you have to dig down in the root.
Dig down in the root. And then you pull up the root. Like.
You've searched for something that will stir your soul, that'll make you feel less alone. But nothing ever saves you.
It's starting to rain. We got this one done. I think we can quick plant the lettuce at least, right, bud?
Yeah, I want to get my carrot seeds.
Forget how beautiful he made you, but you are loved out, not because of what you've done, no. Even when your heart has run the other way, nothing's gonna change his love.
One bed done. We've got lettuce for days. I also want to plant some seed lettuce, like cutting lettuce. You probably can't hear a word I'm saying, but I'll do that some other day. Oh, that is just way too cold and windy. I got one bed done. Oh my goodness, my fingers are freezing. It was just a beautiful day earlier. I got like the red leaf lettuce, and I think this is called the Butter Crunch. So good for fresh eating. And I also have some seeds I want to plant where it just grows up and you can go out and crop for fresh eating. Some onions, carrots. I'm gonna try to get them all in the raised beds, but for now, I think we're calling that good unless we have more time for tonight. Also need to get the strawberries done, but one day at a time, sweet Jesus. That's all I'm asking from you. This laundry room stinks. I have a drain problem or something. Anyway, I don't know where to end this vlog. Probably have enough footage by now. That is so cold out there. I thought I'd say something about my hit subscribe if you want more random thoughts from Janine that make no coherent sense. Anyway, thanks for coming along on my kind of week, couple day in the life, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! And you know what? When you have a dirty GoPro, from working outside, you just do this. That, my friends, is a handy device. Doesn't matter if it gets wet. I got hair in my mouth. Another thing I realize is how much I sigh when I talk, and I'm really sorry. It's kind of because I'm breathless. I'll go like, and I take all these inhales, and I try to edit that out a lot of the videos, so that's why my head talks, and then there's like a break, and then, because I'm trying to spare you all from all the intense breathing and the big sighs. Promise I'm not depressed or anything. I'm just over here, yeah, working my lungs.